Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, are you ready for some hot topics? Because Wendy's bringing all the juiciest. And Dancing with the Stars host Tom Bergeron is here, talking about the drama, both on and off the dance floor, from this season of the hit show. Plus, Dr. Mike Dow joins Wendy to answer all your steamy sex questions. Now, here's Wendy!
Thanks for watching. My co-host, my studio audience, clap it up for them. So good. How you doing? I'm doing great. I've got a lot to say. Let's get started. It's time for... Yeah. Thank you. I have been waiting for this day for about the past month. Today is the big day. Well, there's something new on TV that I've been looking forward to watching. Tonight is the Fox premiere of Wayward Pines. Have you seen the commercials? Yes. The commercials alone have me dead. Okay. So Matt Damon, who's a heartthrob from my era. I mean, not Matt Damon, Matt Dillon. So Matt Dillon is driving along and his car breaks down and it's dark and it looks like a perfect setting for a murder, like this. It looks like that, right? And so he rolls the window down, Terrence Howard comes and he thinks Terrence Howard's gonna help him. And Dillon says something like, do you know how to get out of here? And so Terrence Howard, with the flashlight, says, you're not going anywhere. I know. Now, it comes on at 9 o'clock on Fox, so it's gonna be dark out by then. I'm gonna turn on every light in the house. On account of this is the kind of show that you need to watch when the sun is up. But I'm looking forward to it. And good for you, Terrence Howard, holding down 2 jobs. You're gonna need that money. So now he's got Empire and he's got Wayward Pines and he's gonna need both checks to figure out what is going on with his ex-wife. We talked about that earlier in the week. Anyway, Wayward Pines tonight on Fox. Be there or be nowhere. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, inmates. How you doing? How you doing? It's time for a Teresa update. Hit it. Teresa, you're not gonna like this, but it is my duty to communicate with you because I understand you don't have a computer there. They probably don't get the latest magazines. You know, it's probably like a doctor's waiting room where the magazines are all way behind in dates. So we are her outlet to what's going on with Joe. Well, Radar Online, as well as one of our favorite magazines. Which one was I reading it in?
The Inquirer.
In the Inquirer. All right, 2 great sources are reporting that your man, Joe, might have been on a mystery double date. And now here are the pictures. Now, first of all, the source that was reporting all of this was a person in the restaurant. Joe had no idea that she was taking fastidious notes and camera phone pictures. According to Radar, she's 27 years old. This is 10 o'clock at night in the Ironbound section of Newark for a seafood dinner. Newark is approximately 25 miles from their house in the woods in Jersey. So perhaps if this is a date, then you could see where maybe he wouldn't want to dine out with a 27-year-old if this is a date. He'd want to go someplace where maybe nobody would know him. Only people fan out every place, Joe. Teresa, come closer. Would you like to know what she does for a living? Because she ain't no accountant. She works at a strip club in Jersey. And reportedly, allegedly, that's where Joe met her. Now, don't judge. There's nothing wrong with the strip club. Every once in a while, you might see me up at a strip club. Okay? Relax. The problem is when you take the strip club out of the club and perhaps to a restaurant in the Ironbound section of Newark. By the way, Teresa, if this helps, she's not a stripper, she's a bartender. Yeah, exactly. But still, look at the body language. Now you know. Doesn't he? While his other arm is not around her, he certainly is leaning in. And at 10 o'clock at night, out for dinner with libations. Look, it looks like he's got a tall highball, a beer, right? He might have had wine, but he finished that. She's got her wine there. There's another couple there. Just by a clapation, Teresa, this is for you. By a clapation, tell me if you think that Joe is on perhaps a date. Clap if you would love to give him the benefit of the doubt. Only because if he's on a date, why do you have to be so obvious about it? Like, you know, maybe they're working, like, why does it have to be so obvious? You know, with your woman in jail, you got 4 daughters at home. They all know how to get on the internet. Yeah, they're in school right now, so they're not listening to me yet, but we repeat in New York at 4 o'clock on Channel 9. So, you know, between reading the magazines, reading the blogs, this is, you know what, Teresa? I want him to be good for you. Like, be a good guy while you're in jail for you. But even bigger than you, because you're grown, I want him to be good for the girls. Because the girls are going through enough. And it would seem to me, and I'm not giving Joe a pass to cheat, but just say that he and Teresa have an arrangement. And the arrangement is, honey, while I'm in, you can take a pass once a week or, you know, whenever the urge strikes you. No. All right, well, I'm just saying. It wouldn't be me or you, but we're not planning on going to jail anyway, so that's not our problem. But I'm just saying, say she gave him a pass. Don't you think that there's a more respectful way of exercising the pass? Like literally, because he can't drive while the girls are in school during the day and the home is empty. Don't respect the main part of your house or your marital bed, but maybe take her down to the sausage room. Do you know what I'm saying? No pun intended. If you've ever watched the Jersey Housewives, then you know they make their own sausage with the casing and the whole family gets involved. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's all. Joe, we're watching you. Teresa, I know that your lawyer is saying that you are not getting a divorce, but listen, I believe you're gonna come out of jail one of 2 ways. Either you're gonna come out like the less than smart, naive woman that, cute, but just less than smartish. Do you know what I'm saying about Teresa? Yes. Or jail is going to make you change your ways, and you're gonna come out like the boss you are in that kitchen, like the boss you are when you're teaching your exercise classes in jail, like the strong woman you are, you go to the gym twice a day. Teresa could come out like a beast and tell Joe exactly where to put it. Anyway, you should also be thinking about getting some serious revenge on him when you get out, Teresa. Anyway, thank you, Teresa. Thank you, inmates. I'd be scared to buy tickets. Yeah. This is not a good way to start, Lamb.
No, it is not.
Mariah Carey just started her residency in Vegas earlier this week. And already she's making fans angry. No. She canceled last night's show. No. Because she has bronchitis. No. Now, look. Exactly. Listen, bronchitis we know is an infection. I guess if you don't take care of it, it could lead to more infection or something like that. My thing is, how are you getting bronchitis this early in the show, or at all? Like, your priority is to get on that stage and show Nick who's boss. Yeah. And with that said, and somebody in our morning meeting said, well, you know how Vegas is, because it's so hot, the air conditioning's so cold, and so you're going from hot to cold to hot to cold. Not when you're trying to show your soon-to-be ex-husband who's boss. You go from that stage right up to your room where there's no air conditioner on, room temperature water, no talking, all the splashes of champagne, all the TV remotes. Like, she's got to have everything in that suite. Why would you want to leave your suite? So now here she is with the bronchitis, and she took off. Well, ticket holders found out when they showed up to the venue and saw this sign. Read closely, people. It says, it will not be rescheduled. Yes, down at the bottom, you can get your money back or exchange, but if you flew from Burlington, New Jersey, you know, you took time off your job, or maybe time off from college or whatever you are, you saved your money. Vegas is expensive, okay? It's the kind of place that you really do have to save your money. It's not like a whim, like, let's go to Vegas. No. So people save their money, they take off from their jobs, you know, they fly out there, they got the tickets for Mariah, they're really excited, because in my opinion, the super fans go in the first 2 weeks, not just like regular people, the super fans. Which means that she disappointed Lambs only, 3 days in?
This is the 4th show.
This is the 4th show. She canceled the 4th show?
Yep, only number 4.
Okay, well, one of her lambs was so outraged Well, I'm sure many are, but this is the one that we found. One of them was so outraged, she said, "Bleep you, Mariah. You don't cancel on your true fans. If you don't like what I said, move on. I won't miss you. Hashtag Lamb, hashtag Mariah Carey, hashtag Wendy Williams." Well, here's my thought. Lamb, you could have taken my hashtag out and you should have hashtagged Jennifer Lopez. Because that would make Mariah leap out of that bed, take some throat drops, get on that stage and do something. And as a Lamb, she would always have a special place in my heart. You know, if you're a Lamb and you'll still love her music, but as a Lamb, I'd be done with trying to see her in concert. Like you can't, and you know, in speaking to a few Lambs around here, you know what they said, and I agreed? For people who really love Mariah, it's not just about the voice. People like to see whether her weight is up or down. People like to see the guys who, no, I don't mean that in a funny way, I mean that in a way. People like to see her take a splash of champagne and see like men pick her up and throw her around and she teeters on her heels and all that stuff. In other words, it's a visual show, but it's also a vocal show. And what she could have done, and I'm sure your super fans would totally understand this, you could have played the CD, told your Lambs that, you know, I have bronchitis, darling. I am going to mouth the words, and when I do this, then you sing along. I think that woman in Burlington, New Jersey, with her friends that live over in Philadelphia and Voorhees, and the 5 of them all got together to go out there, don't appreciate a sign on the door saying no reschedule. You know, I think that they'd appreciate it more if you did. And don't do all, how many songs?
18.
They're harmonizing like the King family. God, how old am I? And if you got the King family, how old are you? Okay. What she should have done, instead of doing 18 songs, do half that amount. Lip sync, let your fans know that you're, you know, and then you sing along, and then use the other time to have a one-on-one meet and greet in a ballroom, where all your Lambs, they all line up, and your assistant has a stack of pictures for you. Plus, they can lean in and take selfies, and you could just, even if you don't talk to them, if you just, hello, you know, they do dip and leans. You know how you dip and lean? And take the pictures. That would be my solution, Mariah. No more I mean, it would make me nervous to go see her. Would it make you nervous to go out there and see her? But that hashtag Jennifer Lopez is gonna get her well real quick. Because Jen is on the way to Vegas. I was in the car this morning. Traffic is crazy here this time of year. Coming from New York to New Jersey to all around Manhattan, because everybody, anyway. So I had a lot of time to do a lot of reading, and I was reading this article about Patrick Dempsey, and there's more to why he got fired from Grey's Anatomy. And it's juicy. Patrick reportedly had an inappropriate relationship, allegedly overlapping while he was married. But you know, now he's getting a divorce with a young woman on the staff. Not that her position on the staff matters, but she's not a higher up staffer. She's, I guess, you know, not a peon. Nobody says that, Suzanne. I was thinking it, but I would never say it. It's like I stopped saying stupid on the show, if you notice. I say less than smart. Peon is not a nice word, Suzanne.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay. Anyway, so he was having a relationship with this girl, and he's married allegedly at the time. And his co-star, Ellen Pompeo, reportedly found out about the alleged affair and got him fired. Well, this is what had happened, how she was even asked her opinion. It's alleged that Patrick and Ellen were going at it. You know, on the set, but over there, but you know, going at it. And Shonda Rhimes, the boss, comes around the corner and like, what is going on? Ellen, in my office now. Now, you know, when your boss calls you in the office like that, you are ready to save your behind and dime out whoever you need to take down. Am I correct? Okay, so she went in there and she did what you do. Look, Shonda, you know, he's been having an affair. Oh, by the way, the girl, you know, with the job, got promoted. But she got promoted by Shonda before Shonda finding out about this. And in my opinion, Shonda runs a ship that is very, very rock solid. She's the only one who does the promoting. So this girl clearly qualified for what she got promoted for. So this affair has nothing to do with why she got promoted, because Dempsey's not promoting people. Heck, he doesn't even like to be there, which is part of the problem. In interviews, he said, you know, I'm only in this for the paycheck. Race car driving is my passion. Besides, I only have another year on my contract. Like, he's like thumbing his nose at the job that has put him in probably Malibu, you know, on a cliff in a glass house with a few exotic cars, in my mind. So Patrick's reps are denying the rumor, but this was Shonda's. You know, you can't fire somebody, I guess, for having an affair on the set unless the affair is interrupting work, and they weren't making out on the copy machine. Unless it's in the paperwork that you sign, you know, no affair, you know, no messing around with each other. But you can fire somebody for having a bad attitude. And allegedly, originally, when he got fired, I was telling you in all the articles were saying that he acts like a diva. You know, he thinks he's more important there than I guess he is, because we call him McDreamy. And there are some people on our staff who are not just lambs, but they are Grey's Anatomy fans. And I must tell you, unanimously, my Grey's Anatomy fans on the staff, and there are many, many of them, because the show is legendary, but they said, Shonda, we don't care about the politics behind the scenes. You have virtually ruined our show by getting rid of a really important character, Patrick Dempsey. And I do, you know, I like Grey's Anatomy. I'm not that involved. I like it, I'm not that involved. But for people who watch every week, if you watch every week, do you think that getting rid of Patrick Dempsey has really messed up your show? Yeah. No, clap. We clap here. So you're probably the same people who say it's juicy to find out that he's a diva, and it's juicy that it's being alleged that he had an affair with a... But don't let that ruin my storyline on my show. Is that correct? All right, we can move on. Ooh. There is the cutest video that has gone viral. It's a woman celebrating her 102nd birthday. Watch what happens when she blows out her candles. Roll it.
Whoa. Blow it out.
But you gotta say that was funny, and she's gorgeous at 102 years old. You